I tried doing the 100 hands challenge and ended up doing a comic. Let's talk about it. Hello, I'm Valkyria and welcome to a new video. I want to say that not everyone works the same, and although challenges like 100 hands, 100 faces, 100 whatever can be very fun and can make wonders for your art, it's not for everyone, and for me, it wasn't, definitely. The pressure, it's awful, especially if it's self-imposed. For me, it kind of takes a lot of the fun out of it. I don't like to have that constraint, especially if it's something that I have to do daily. I struggle with that. So I'm currently making a more sustainable challenge for me that it's a weekly challenge. Every week I come up with some sort of prompt and I share it in my email newsletter on Monday morning. I think it through for a few days and on Thursday I draw live the piece. It can be from sketch to line art or just the coloring process. It depends a lot on the piece and my purpose for it. It's been a lot of fun, especially because I don't really need to edit those videos since that's live and the editing part is for me the hardest part of making YouTube. Another thing that happened recently is that I started posting my comic seriously. Like every week I've been posting my comic and in a few months I'm gonna move it to a bi-weekly basis, but it's still constant. I'm so proud. For the last 2 years, my sister and I have been working on a comic called Idol Swap. It's a story about a K-pop band that just announced their world tour, and two of their members end up changing bodies with an ex-dancer that lives across the globe and doesn't want to dance anymore. It's been a lot of fun writing it and coming up with visual ways to show the change of the bodies, the problem each one faces, especially drawing the expression one person makes, but with a different face. They are all different people, and they express their feelings in different ways. That in itself, it's a challenge because each person has different ways of expressing their shit. It's been amazing. Honestly, I've been enjoying it a lot. We had a document with character design, the arcs for each season, the timeline very well planned, and we lost it. I don't know how or why, but the platform we had all our work in just stopped working and erased all our planning. We were about to throw the towel and not even post the comic, but at that point I already had 3 fully drawn and colored episodes. I was planning how to upload them on Webtoon, and I also had the line art of another 2 uploads in I think around 5 or 7 thumbnails, storyboards. I didn't want to throw that away, so I decided that if I was gonna quit, I was gonna quit with something public. I wanted to post it. I started a few years ago, I started another comic that I'm not planning to continue that was called Alex Music, and I quit it when I didn't feel like drawing it anymore, but at least I started posting it, and that for me was important. So I started posting it. It's been wild, and now more than ever, I get why people say the hardest part is to start. My idea was to just finish what I already had planned, and then stop and never come back. But it's been such an amazing journey that I'm working in more updates, thinking about the story and how to show each character arc. We haven't really revealed the timeline. I think we're too scared to lose it again, and most of the things are in our heads. The responsible part of me wants to write down every single detail down to a T and make the timeline again. In I don't know, in any app, and then make at least 3 backups in different places. But it takes so much effort. And right now, I can't force myself to do it. I've tried. Trust me, I've tried. But it's so overwhelming. And I know I'll get stuck in the planning part. And I've already spent 2 years planning. It's time to draw and to take action and to post. It's been wonderful because I also found a way to not really have tight deadlines, and it's having a buffer. So my current buffer today, the day of recording this, it's August 28th. And at this moment, my buffer goes till the end of October. So I have 2 months to keep drawing, keep doing stuff. And if I want to stop and take a few days off, take even a few weeks off, I can do that without sacrificing my posting schedule. And that's been wonderful. If you're starting your own webtoon or your own webcomic of any kind, please have a buffer. I know it can be a bit annoying to be drawing apart and nobody's gonna notice till 2 to 3 months in, but it's so worth it. At least for me, it's been the best thing I have ever done. And now you might be wondering, how the hell is this related with the 100 hands challenge? Well, I started this challenge because I wanted to improve my art skill in general and thought, hey, hands are a very difficult thing. Why don't I just do this 100 hand challenge? It could be both funny and also be a good piece of content. It wasn't funny at all. I hated it. The first 2 days I enjoyed it, but after that I really struggled to keep doing it. I skipped a few days, came back, skipped again, felt bad for not doing it every day in a row, and in the middle of this I decided to post the finished chapters of Idol Swap. I already had them, they just needed like a few details here and there that took me like 10 minutes, and then I put them in Croppy and upload them. After trying for a while, I had to choose to go full black and white because doing it with full colors was too much work and I was not gonna finish that thing if I had to color each panel. I was working on an animation internship during that time and I had to draw for it. Plus the comic, plus the hands challenge was too much for me, not to mention that sometimes I will just doodle here and there because I enjoy it. I decided to cut the one that I didn't enjoy and that I could quit without sacrificing my graduation. Because, yes, in my university you can't graduate without an internship, and I was getting some money from it. Not much, but it's better than nothing. And although the challenge was a very good way to learn, let me tell you, comics are also an amazing way of learning. I already knew the basics of visual storytelling, writing compelling stories and good characters and compositions. But one thing is having all the theory in your head, and another completely different is executing. I face a lot of creative challenges, and finding solution for me has been the biggest challenge and the biggest blessing. At first, I was sad that I had to turn my comic to black and white because colors played an important part on the story for me. But I kind of cheated, and now colors have even more impact when they are shown. Because most of the comics is in black and white, whenever I add a spring of color, it has a lot of impact, and there are very specific colors that are shown, so it also helps show the idea way better. My understanding of contrast has improved a lot, and we haven't even talked about backgrounds. Drawing a comic is a challenge in itself, and for me, the storytelling part of it makes it more compelling. I didn't finish the 100 Hands challenge, but now I'm telling a story that my sister and I have been cooking for a long time, and I couldn't be happier. If you want to improve your art, find challenges like this. Challenges that are good for you. Maybe a tight deadline works for you. Maybe you like more elaborated pieces that can take months to be finished. Maybe you like to do quick stuff like me. With time, you'll see an amazing improvement. If the weekly prompt sounds good for you, join my email newsletter, Shelled Canvas. It's free and the link is down below in the description. I'll be sending you on Monday the prompt of the week and we can draw it together on Thursdays live on my YouTube channel. I hope this was useful, or at the very least entertaining, knowing all the shenanigans that moved me from a 100 hands challenge to a I'm now drawing a comic that's probably gonna take me years to finish. It sounds absurd, but I'm actually really happy with that progression. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!